for non-finance by Vishal Thakkar.
हुजूर, स्टॉक मार्केट के रिटर्न्स का सही कंपैरिजन कहाँ?
IndianTradingLeague.com पर।
समझ गए ना? आज ही रजिस्टर करो IndianTradingLeague.com पर। ये लीग है दिमाग की।
Welcome back. The Nifty has slipped about 15 points from the day's high, courtesy some slip in names like Yes Bank, which has fallen from levels of 999 to 978. So that's about a 20 rupee drop seen in Yes Bank. Idea Cellular too, after opening higher, is down close to about 2.5% from the day's high. But we're now joined by Mr. Ravi Kataria, the Vice President of Research and Hedge Funds at Medici Firma. This is a global financial institution which has operations in North America, Europe and Asia, and they totally have funds worth $10 billion which are managed by them globally. However, in India, they largely have a retail and broking presence. So he's here to give us a few recommendations, especially on the mid-cap end. Hi, Ravi. Afternoon. Let me start with Kalyani Steel. While we have seen a pickup in commodity prices and many of the commodity-linked names have recovered from their lows, Kalyani Steel wasn't even a beneficiary of the minimum import price, etc. Right. So why have you selected that?
See, Kalyani Steel, I mean, the top line has suffered a bit, if you'll see, but we are estimating a very good growth in the top line. In spite of the MIP benefit not being there, they have expanded their net margins as well as the operating margins over the past couple of quarters. That's because they have the linkages benefits. They are running a mine in Bellary. They've got leasing of 15 years there. And that combined with the sinter plant that they opened up in 2014 has given them a very good efficiency and benefits overall in their operations. That has resulted in good margins.
Right. Looks like the street is liking what you're saying, because if you look at the intraday chart of Kalyani Steels, in fact, that one is moving closer to the high point of today's trading session, currently sitting with a gain of close to 3.6%. But you also have a view on RPP Infra as well as PG Electronics. If you could tell us your rationale for investments in these companies.
Sure. RPP Infra is an interesting play. The company targets 50 to 200 crores projects, especially in the water management and irrigation. These niche projects help them command at least like 15% on the margin side. That's what composites 70-odd% of their total order book, which is 780 odd crores. That forms like 2.4x on the trailing 12-month basis. So there is a very strong revenue visibility. The states that they are operating in, Karnataka, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, and they are foraying now in Madhya Pradesh, where they are targeting lift irrigation projects, prefab structures. So these niche areas will help the company in garner good command, good margins, as well as the business on the top line perspective. PG Electroplast, that company has got, say, contract manufacturing from big names in the electronics industry, Havells, Philips, etc. These companies, it's into injection modeling. It's also into, say, manufacturing of LED bulbs, which we see will pick up in demand over a period of time. You'll see a good growth on the bottom line front for the company.
Okay, by the way, some important news by State Bank of India. We understand from our sources that State Bank of India is looking to sell 5% stake in NSC and raise close to about 1,000 odd crore rupees. Why this NSC stake sale? They have been looking to sell their non-core assets, and out of the 15% stake that they hold in NSC, they could be looking to offload about 5%. We'll try and get in Nisha to get greater details. The timeline could be in the first quarter of FY17. That's the quarter that we're in. But Ravi, just to quickly wrap up the discussion, Rushil Decor is also one of your recommendations?
Yes. They primarily, I mean, their margins have been improving over the past couple of quarters because of the MDF space. We understand that their margins are not that great as compared to their competitors, but on the top line front as well as the bottom line, we are estimating at least 25% growth there. We had recommended the stock last time in March, and that has risen almost 20% since those prices, and we expect another 15-20% minimum upside on the stock by the end of this year, FY17.
But do you have valuation support coming in for Rushil Decor? Because if you look at it, compare it to the industry leaders, Century as well as Greenply Industries, the Rushil Decor is actually trading closer to 23-24 times 1 year forward.
Yeah, we are considering it as more of a growth stock rather than a value buy. We are seeing the March numbers as well as the FY17 numbers will be at least 24% on the bottom line front. There will be a growth there. They have good markets in southern India. They are doing good in the laminate section as well when they're targeting the rural markets. So overall, combining these 2-3 factors, we see a good value of at least 15-20% upside from the current pricing.
Okay, thanks so much, Ravi, for joining in. So that is Medici Pharma with 4 recommendations for mid-cap stock ideas for you. We leave the markets holding with strong gains of close to about 0.8%, but just off a bit from the day's high. With that, it's a wrap on mid-cap radar, but your stocks will take all the market action forward as well as the State Bank of India story, so stay with us.
Brought to you by SIS, market leader in security and business support.